Good evening and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. I'll move over a little bit in center and Bobby will put up my picture behind me. It is Monday. It is October 18th. It is the middle of the month already. I'm going to talk about my weekend really briefly and then bring on my guest. Friday night, I pretty much stayed in. I didn't do too much Friday night. And Saturday, what did I do Saturday? Saturday, I did some things around the house during the day, and then Saturday night, actually, I was hired to do a private comedy show. A wonderful couple, Susan and Rob, were celebrating their 65th birthdays together and 40 years married. And Susan put on one of those, group sites that she was looking for a comic. And my wonderful friend Donnie Neer and Leanne both suggested me. And I got so excited. And I said, hey, I'd love to bring on a friend of mine, Tugboat Manny. So Tugboat and I did the show in Wantagh in a beautiful backyard. There were about 21 people. They had a professional chef brought in. And you know what? It was great. We had a lot of fun. Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Sunday, my girlfriend Raquel came over and we did some shopping, and then we went to lunch at New Wave Seafood, which is one of my favorite places in Wantagh, and then not too much the rest of the day. Laundry and football. That was like really it. So that was my weekend. Rescuing Families had their sale, and they're doing really well. Vinny and Gina. And so I'm excited about my guest tonight, okay? He is a comedian, he's a writer, he's a filmmaker, he's a director. He's been in the biz, as we say, for a very long time. So I'd love to bring on Brad Lowry, if we can, and say hi to Brad.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Brad, how's it going, honey?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm great. You look fantastic. I'm so excited that you're here with me tonight. Want to just, have people get to know you and all about you. And I'll tell them how we met. We actually met at a wonderful fundraiser for a mutual friend, Bob Nelson, who was, in need in funds and had to have a surgery. And thank God he's in remission. He's doing well, knock on wood. And so I want to know, that's how I met Bob. And I wanted to know if you wanted to tell me how you met Bob.
I met Bob in 1985, I believe it was. 1985. I was at East Side Comedy Club on Long Island, Huntington Station, Long Island.
Yeah.
And Bob just kind of took to me right away because of the crazy antics that I did on stage. I would dance, I would do all kinds of stuff because I just wanted to become famous. I'm like, Star Search, I don't care. I just want to do something. And Bob he was laughing and he's like, oh man, and introduced himself. And bam, we hit it off. Not knowing that he was the comedian that I saw on the Rodney Dangerfield's Young Comedian special.
Yes.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it was him.
You didn't realize
until one weekend, what ended up happening, he was performing that weekend. I went, oh, that's the dude from what? now I'm friends with Bob Nelson. It was great. It was fantastic.
And we both love him dearly. But I want to learn with my viewers and my listeners all about you because, like I said, we met that night. You were funny, laughed my butt off. And so, listen, I know you live in Pennsylvania now. You're in PA now. But
Yeah.
where did you live when you were growing up?
A place called Decatur, Illinois, south of Chicago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I lived in New York for 26 years.
And I know that when you were little, like around 9 years old, you used to walk around the house imitating Flip Wilson.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, and it was funny because my mother, back then, especially for black television, all the black families were in the house watching all the, black actors because I can't believe he's on television, and we watched Flip Wilson as a family.
Yeah.
And so when it went off, I would try to act like him, whatever. My mother was like, stop doing that. Stop acting stupid. He gets paid for acting stupid. And so when I got into comedy, I think I was in maybe a year, maybe. I went home and I said, hey, Mom, guess what? I get paid for acting stupid. So, and a lot of people actually, older people say that I remind them of Flip Wilson on stage.
Yeah, I can see it. I definitely could see the correlation. So where did you go to school?
Well, I went to school in Illinois, in Decatur. I started out, you mean as far as high school?
Oh, high school,
I
college.
don't go all the way through I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
High school, I started out at Eisenhower High School in Decatur, and then I went to MacArthur. That's where I graduated from, MacArthur High School.
And what did you do after that? Did you go on to college, or did you just get a job and
Well, I went to the military.
Oh, you went to the military. Well, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. It was short-lived, but
Okay.
don't get crazy. I didn't go voluntarily.
All right.
No. I actually do a joke where I say that that we had recruiters hanging out at high schools like drug dealers, and I was late for class. He's like, sign right here. I thought he was the hall monitor, and next thing you know, I'm on my way to Fort Leonard, Missouri,
Wow.
and that's what it was like. I loved it.
But when you got out, did you know that you always wanted to do comedy? I know you always wanted to be a performer, obviously, walking around, like Flip Wilson in front of your mom. But did you always have that urge and that drive to do comedy or just perform in front of people?
Well, the funny thing is a lot of people in my hometown said that I was funny, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was kind of quiet,
Right.
but apparently they told me that I wasn't. And then there's a young lady that sent me something years ago. I signed her yearbook saying something along the line that I would be famous, one day. And she actually sent it to me, and I'm like, wow, I wrote that?
It's funny because everyone that I went to high school with, they were like, we want your signature. Like, I just couldn't sign Teresa. I had to sign my last name too. They wanted both, and they're like, this is gonna be worth money someday. And I'm like, yeah, okay. From their mouth to God's ears. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
So when did you get into comedy, and where was your first gig?
I got into comedy, like I said, in 1985. And that was at Eastside Comedy Club. And no joke, within a year, I was hosting at Hysterics Comedy Club that was out, I believe it was called Ronkonkoma.
It was Konkoma Comedy.
Yeah, it used to be called Hysterics Comedy Club.
Oh,
back
was
then.
it? Okay, because it was a Konkoma Comedy also. Konkoma Comedy.
And so when I started hosting there, believe it or not, it was from another comic that I got the job.
Okay.
He didn't want the job because they were only paying him $50 for the weekend.
Right.
We're new comics. We just want to be on stage.
I know.
You give me $50 for the weekend? Hey, I'm good. So it worked out beautiful. And I became a headliner. Believe it or not, I became a headliner at Bob's wedding.
Really?
Bob Nelson's wedding, yeah. What happened was I just happened to be the only black person at his wedding. And so I decided I would do a Eddie Murphy move. And I told the maitre d', I said, listen, I'm going to put some silverware and some saucers and cups in my pocket. While I'm up addressing him, I want you to stop me for doing what I was doing.
Right.
And he would say, excuse me, you have something that belongs to us?
Yeah.
And I would pull out the silverware. I'm like, oh, you saw that?
I love it.
And then I would go back to what I was doing. He's like, excuse me, you have more. I'm like, oh, you saw that too? Oh my God. That's how I started working for Andy Scarpati.
Oh my God, that's a great story. I love Bob and Trish. I love them both. So listen, you've done so much over your career. You've got a lot of creds. I'm just gonna like shout out some of them, and then we'll get into some details. But you know, you've been in this industry what, over 30 years?
36 years to be exact.
36 years, and you have so many creds, and you've worked with amazing people. You've worked with Adam Sandler, Bill Bellamy, Jerry Seinfeld, Sinbad, Dennis Miller, Tommy Davidson, who's one of my faves from In Living Color, and you know, and you've went on and you've done so many things. You know, you perform at what, over like 200 colleges in a year?
No, in a semester.
In a semester, one semester.
It was stupid.
Wow. What are you going for? Guinness Book of World Record?
Hey, I was just going shing 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 shing. You know, there was money coming in, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna buy my house. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm gonna be on the road forever.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a family at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I was so excited. All the colleges, like, we want him. All the colleges, we want him. And I'm like, I called my wife up. Well, my second wife. I called her up. I go, oh my God, we're gonna get that house. We're gonna get this. And after partying that night, once we finished partying, I realized I'm going to be gone for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, on the road. And what it was I was doing colleges. I would do a show during the day, sometimes in the afternoon, and then at night.
Yeah.
You know, it was ridiculous. There was another comic that had the same amount, and his name was Dave. Oh God, I can't remember his last name. It'll come to me.
Yeah, when you're not thinking about it, it'll come to you.
Dave Naster, that was his name.
Okay.
Dave Naster.
Yeah.
He had about the same amount, and he actually ran off the road doing that, and he actually went over a cliff. I mean, he lived, but he broke like quite a few bones in his body.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I would never do
insane.
it again.
Well, listen, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank Jamie and Bruno and Beverly and Michael, everybody watching the show. I appreciate it. Please like it. Please share it. I'm with Brad Lowry, a very, very funny man. He's a comedian. He's a writer. He's a filmmaker. He's a director. We're going to take our first quick commercial break. Everyone stay where you are. Don't go away. More when we come back with Brad. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I want to thank 1331 Mediterranean Grill. It is amazing, authentic Greek food. Oh, The feta is from Greece and it's out of this world. I want to thank Linda Davides. Please give her a call. She is an amazing soul. And also, thank you, John York from General Hospital, for those beautiful, wonderful words. I appreciate it. And getting back to my guest now, Brad Lowry. He is a comedian. He's a writer. He's a filmmaker. He's a director. We're going to talk about all this. And again, I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it. So, Brad, I'm mentioning all these people that you worked with, but I left out one of them, and that's because after the break, I wanted to find out about Chris Rock and how you didn't know that there was a little rivalry going on between you two. What's that about?
You know what? A friend of mine, she had mentioned to me. She said, you know, maybe you should ask him why did that happen. We were coming up around the same time. I was living on Long Island. He was living in the city.
Yeah.
And I think it had something to do with Lucian Hole, who was the manager of the comic strip.
Uh-huh.
And I think he put in the City Comics heads, you know, that they're better than Long Island comics.
Wow.
And so I was doing a show, myself, Keith Robinson, Wanda's, I believe Wanda was on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Keith Robinson, Wanda, Warren Hutcherson, Steve White, and it was supposed to be Damon Wayans.
Okay.
And Damon Wayans missed his flight out in LA, so they called me.
Oh.
And they said, Brad, listen, do you know anybody that's on the verge of making it? I said, yeah, Chris Rock. And they said, can you call him and ask him if he'll be on the show? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I called him up, and a few minutes later, they called me back and they said, listen, your boy has an attitude problem. I'm like, my boy? First of all, he's not my boy. He's a
Wow.
friend, right? And they said, he doesn't want you on the show. I'm like, what? What? I just got him on the show. What do you mean you don't want me on the show? You know? And he said,
God.
because my first set at the Apollo, I got booed.
Wow.
You know, on my first set, but I didn't leave.
Okay.
I didn't leave. No, I didn't leave. I actually told the audience, I'm like, hey, I'm on television. I'm not going nowhere.
That's right.
I got a little more time, you know. And my niece just happened to call me a few weeks ago to remind me about that. And so, do you know Louis Ramey?
Who?
Louis Ramey.
Not personally.
Louis Ramey, he was the second runner-up on Last Comic Standing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And he called me up and he sent me a text and a picture. He's like, guess what I'm watching? You're getting booed on Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh my!
So you know, hey, it's still out there somewhere. People can see, you can find it. But from there, Chris Rock, you know, didn't want to talk to me.
Wow.
Nothing. You know, when I was on a show called the Apollo Comedy Hour, I got top billing.
Yes.
And myself and a comedian by the name of Garfield walked into the comic strip. Chris Rock was there. And he said, hey, Brad, listen, I want to talk to you, man. I'm like, okay, what's up? He said, you know, usually when people get a show, it usually gets better after a while, you know? And I go, well, first of all, it's not my show.
Wow.
You know, I just got top billing.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I was going to open up for him one time, and they called me the night before and said, Chris Rock doesn't want you on the show.
Wow. But he
Yeah.
never told you what his issue was with you?
No. What I did was I was very persistent, you know, as far as saying, very persistent. You know, I was like, hello, every time I saw him.
Right.
You know, and he would look at me like, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you even speaking to me? And then one day, out of nowhere, in Washington Heights, he pulls up. I hear someone calling my name in a Mercedes. You know, I just hear Bradley, and I walked over and it was Chris. He said, hey man, I just wanted to say hello to you, man. And I was like, wow. And we became friends from there ever since.
Wow, that's a great. It's a great and kind of crazy story. I mean, my first introduction to Chris, I was about to go on at the comic strip, and he walked in, and obviously I got bumped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is back in the early '90s, and
Yeah.
but he was very nice to me. He was very sweet. I was just starting out in comedy, and I said, "Hey, can I ask you a few questions?" And he was really, really nice about it. You know.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. He after that, you know, after we had that encounter or whatever, you know, he turned out to be a nice person. I mean, when I saw him the day I was supposed to open for him, the night I was supposed to open up for him,
Right.
they told me that I could still come to the show, I could have dinner, and I could still have the hotel.
Right.
You know, and this is when his first special came out,
Okay.
and he was over 2.5 hours late.
Wow.
When I got there, it was almost a riot.
Wow.
You know, and they rushed my car like, Brad, we need you on stage right now. We need you on stage right now. I'm like, all right, let me go change clothes because I had on $7 sneakers. I had on, like boating shorts and all this other stuff, right? And they were like, no, okay, no, you can't change clothes. We need you on stage. I said, all right, let me grab my music.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we need you on stage now, right? And I'm like, these are black people. I need my music.
That's great.
So I ended up doing what was it, an hour and a half.
Wow.
It was one of the best shows I ever had. And Chris Rock's manager and everybody else, they were upstairs waiting for the second show.
Wow.
So they didn't get to see my act at all.
Ah, that hurts.
So, yeah, so Harlan, who owned the Bananas Comedy Club, he was trying to tell them what I did. And the guy said, yeah, just give me your card and send me your DVD or something.
Right.
Yeah, my DVD's not gonna do what I just did on the stage.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like live. You know that.
Yeah, you know. I'm like, so you're never gonna call
There's
me.
nothing like live. But yeah, you had mentioned the Apollo. You did the Apollo Comedy Hour. That was the first season?
Yeah, I was on the first season of the Apollo Comedy Hour, and it was. I'll be honest with you, the show itself, I believe they were trying to fail.
Really?
Yeah, the writers, it was awful. But here it is, and I hate to say that, but when we went to the private screening,
Yeah.
I had my wife with me. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna be friends, yeah, right? And then when it aired, we both look at each other like that.
Oh,
What
that's
happened?
oh.
What happened to the show?
Oh.
You know.
That's
And I tried to make it funnier.
Yeah.
There was a scene that they couldn't air
Uh-huh.
where I come in the door, I see my grandmother, my father smacks me in the neck, my grandmother smacks me in the neck. You know, everyone that sees me, they smack me for some reason. Which the cameramen, they're cracking up.
Right.
I don't know about the director and everybody, but they're cracking up.
Right.
And they're like, Brad, very funny, but it kind of looks like child abuse. You can't air it. I'm like, dude, this comes on at 1:00 in the morning.
Oh, it's comedy. It's comedy. It's comedy. Well, look, you also, but that wasn't. I want to know who do you went to the Apollo with someone?
Oh, yes. You're not going to believe who it was.
I've been waiting all day to know.
Okay. Believe it or not, it was Kevin James.
It was Kevin.
Kevin James. Yeah. Kevin James. And, you know, Kevin James, I think he just wanted to go just to say, okay, how come I'm not on this show? You know? And, you know, really, really weird. You know, Kevin James actually went to the Apollo with me.
That's
you know?
cool. That's so cool.
And I believe Joey Cola was there also.
Oh, really? Probably.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, we did. We picked him up in the limousine, I think.
Nice.
No, I might be getting that mixed up with the old Rosie O'Donnell show.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
You. Speaking about shows, you've been on many shows. Like you've been on A&E's Caroline's Comedy Hour, An Evening at the Improv, Comedy Central Stand Up, Girls Night Out, and twice on NBC's Showtime at the Apollo. But it says here you were on Star Search also.
Yeah.
What
I
year?
went against Kevin James.
You went up against Kevin.
Yeah, and I got 5 applause breaks, and Kevin said he thought he lost too when I got 5
Really?
applause breaks. And it's very funny how this went down. The producers, because he won by 3 votes.
By
We
3
tied.
votes.
And this is what they
Wow.
did. They take us all out to eat, and the producers, they said, Brad, come over here. We need to talk to you. They said, listen, we thought you had that, right? He said, well, this is what we think happened.
Yeah.
We think it was 3 people from the deep South that said, don't vote for that colored kid.
What year was that, Brad? Do you remember what year?
I think it was 1992, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and I still have the write-ups and everything when Kevin and I were out in LA, and all this other stuff. And, and then there's a reporter that actually said that I was going to be a household name.
Yeah.
And I'm going, yeah, okay. All right.
You are in your household.
Yeah, in my household. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's nobody here except me. So, so
I'm a household name too in my house.
This is what I told one of my friends. I said, I want to be famous like a squirrel. He's like, what? Like a squirrel? I said, every day you walk out your house, you see a squirrel. So everybody in your family sees a squirrel when they walk out the house. That squirrel is a household name. So I might change my name to Squirrel.
Brad, when I was younger, growing up as a kid, I wanted to be rich and famous, especially famous. That's what I want. And I watched movies and TV and stand up and everything. And as you get older, like I am now, I just want to be a working entertainer. Whether I'm doing stand-up or acting, I just want to sustain something for a long period of time. You've been in this game a long time. It's not easy. It's not easy. People don't realize what it entails to be a professional comic. The traveling and the and traveling for hours to do a certain amount of time and get paid a certain amount of money, and a lot of people coming up. There's a lot of comics that watch my show, and there are a lot of people that are just, I call them newbies, and they hit the open mics and they want that stage time, and for people who go to a show, let's say on a Thursday night or Sunday night, and they're doing a fundraiser, all those comics performing are not getting paid. The only people who get paid, as you know, is the headliner and the MC. But like you said, when you're young and you're hungry and you want that stage time, you'll do anything for it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's how you perfect your craft.
We would drive like 3 hours for $50.
You drive 3 hours to do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
you know?
That's it. Yeah.
Or 20 minutes.
We wanted to be famous. We wanted to be like Eddie Murphy. I remember there's a comic when Eddie Murphy became big. Do you know Tony Powell?
Yes.
Tony Powell, I thought was going to be the next Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Because he was at East Side Comedy Club.
Yes.
And everyone there loved him.
Yep.
And so I'm like, wow, that's going to be the next famous person.
Right.
Like that. No, let me just say it real. That's going to be the next famous black comic. And we all had plans of becoming famous. All of us.
Because you know what it is you want to take it to the next level. Look, when I started, when you wrote to me and you said, how you wanted to be big, right? Famous, big, known. I laughed because when I started in the early 90s, in my mind, I was going to get my own sitcom or be on SNL. That was it for me, right? Because, I had, my girlfriend was the producer of the A Current Affair. Remember A Current Affair?
Yeah.
Okay, and she produced the show, and she said, I want to do this thing called Funniest Girl from Queens, and I want to do a whole expose on you. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay. And she mic'd me up, and she got me coming up the subway like Mary Tyler Moore. They did, the whole story was on me. I won Funniest Girl from Queens. This was it. Wow. This was it. And your top 5 sitcoms back then were Seinfeld, Tim Allen, Ellen, Roseanne. They were all there, right? So I'm thinking, this is it. Someone's going to see it. I'm going to get my own sitcom. I'll end up on SNL because I do a crap load of characters. So, P.S. to make long story short, I said to my girlfriend, Evelyn, can I get the footage? I want the footage. And she goes, I can't give you anything until it airs because of copyright infringements. And I was like, all right. They canceled the show before it ever aired.
Hey, I know the feeling. Trust me.
You know how you get so close? It's like the carrot dangling in front of you, and believe me, I've had 2 other close encounters, which kind of fell through. But this is the beast of the business, so to speak. We're all reaching for that golden carrot.
It's funny that you said that because when I was out in L.A., I was staying at Adam Ferrara's house.
Yes.
And I was out there. They were writing a sitcom for me out there.
Yes. Well,
And
listen.
this
Wait.
was-
I'm gonna stop you right there because I'm gonna tease my audience. We have to go to commercial, but when we come back, I want to know about Adam Ferrara, you in California, and the sitcom. So everyone,
Okay.
don't go away because when we come back, Brad's gonna continue that story. We'll be right back after these messages. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I want to thank again 1331 Mediterranean Grill right here in Belmore. They'll deliver to Belmore and Seaford and Wantor and all over. You just give them a call or go in, see Robert, tell him that I sent you. And Linda DeVitis, please contact her. She's amazing. Also, thank you to Sal, the Voice Valentinetti. My friend is all over touring and singing. I love him and miss him dearly, and I'm hoping when he's back in these parts of Long Island, he'll be stopping in as my guest. I am speaking with another friend of mine who I met and fell in love with at Governor's Comedy Club for a fundraiser for Bob Nelson. It's Brad Lowry. He is a comedian, he's a writer, he's a filmmaker and director. And we were just talking before the break, and I'm so glad everyone tuned in. Thank you, Beverly. Hello, Beverly and Joan. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please like the show and share it. So you moved to LA, you're working on a sitcom, and you're funking with Adam Ferrara.
No. Well, I didn't move there. I was just there for a few weeks.
Oh, okay, but
And,
you were living with him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Well, he let me stay there. He was on the road or something. He was filming something, I think.
Okay.
And it was funny how when you're out there, they give you everything. You know, when they're setting things up for you, it's like they take you out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all these things.
Right.
And then when it doesn't happen, it's like you never even heard from them.
Wow.
You know, it was because the last day that I was there. Well, here, let me just tell you how it went down.
I was going to say, how did it happen? How did this sitcom happen? Who reached out to you and what happened?
It happened. The same people that were representing Adam Ferrara,
Yes.
they had saw me on, I think it was Girls Night Out,
Okay.
and they called the agency and they said, "Listen, we want to do a show with Bradley, whatever, blah blah blah.
Right.
We're gonna put the sitcom together." And you get out there, you have to be so phony. Oh my God. You know, they tell you how to talk, they tell you how to do this, they tell you how to do that. You want me to do that? And you better do it.
Wow.
If you want to be in this game, you got to play the game.
Wow.
You know. So I'm there, and they were taking me out all the time. They were telling me how to change my jokes, and it was so funny. They sent me to. I was taping the evening at the Improv.
Yes.
And they said, "Listen, we want you to go buy a new shirt."
Okay.
So they sent me to this shopping center.
Right.
Where one shirt costs like $200.
Wow.
And I'm going, okay, I'm not famous yet. You know, you guys didn't give me any money at all.
Yeah. You got to go to the Gap for like $14.99.
You know, hey, I went with this shirt that was in my suitcase. That's
That's
what I went
it.
with.
That's it.
So, but after Arsenio Hall show had ended, In Living Color had ended, and this is what they said after the showcase.
Okay.
They said, okay, we have Jamie Foxx, you have the Wayans brothers,
Right.
You have Arsenio Hall.
Right.
I don't know. What do these people have to do with me?
Right.
And they said, and we have Brad Lowry. Who would you put your money on? And that Sunday, that phone never rang.
Wow.
So I thought maybe Adam didn't pay the phone bill. You know, so I picked up the phone. I'm like, okay, is it downtown? Yeah, it's downtown. So I called them. I said, listen, I'm going to be flying out. And said, okay, Brad, have a safe flight. Click.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's
now,
hard. It's so heartbreaking, Brad. It's so heartbreaking, you know?
Oh, they're so fickle because I went back home and I taped Caroline's Comedy Hour.
Yes.
That's when I shaved my head.
Right?
I shaved my head and
Okay.
they loved it.
Really?
And
That's
they
all it
called
took?
me up. Yeah, they called me up. And said, Brad, listen, they need a black character on Suddenly Susan, right? And I'm like, really? They said, do not tell any black comics. If you do, we're going to have a whole audition process. So
Uh-huh.
we're going to fly you out.
Right.
And you're going to do the show, right? I lost the part in the air.
What?
Yeah. I got to my agent's house. He opened the door. He didn't say come in. He said, Brad, you lost the part. I'm like, I just got here.
Oh,
I was
my
in the air. How did I lose the
gosh.
part?
Wow.
They gave it to an Italian guy, and my reaction to that was, he's not black.
Well, he could be if he's Sicilian, though. He could
He was
be.
good. He looked good, though. He looked good.
He looked good. Oh my goodness. This is wild. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it. I'm talking to Brad Lowry. Again, comedian, check. Writer, filmmaker, director. So let's talk about your directing, and you directed a music video?
Wait. Let me tell you my first encounter of where I thought I was a director.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
This Bob Nelson had called me up, and he said, Brad, listen, I need you to go into the city with me.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. And he said, I'll tell you on the ride there what I'm doing. So he said, but we got to stop and pick up his manager, which was Jeff Sessman, who
Okay.
is now Kevin
Okay.
James' manager.
Right.
He says, I'm taping for HBO in New York City, and I want you to be on the show with me and Vinnie Marks. And Bob is the person that he's like, he has to get there, and then he has to decide what he wants to do.
Right.
Okay, I've never been on television, and you're gonna wait until we get there to tell me what I gotta do?
Right.
Now, I got so nervous when the camera was on me, I would call cut, and the director would go, "You can't call cut, okay?" I'm like, "All right, I'm sorry. I just didn't have it down right there."
That's
Right,
great.
and then they start up again, and I go, "Cut." He said, "Hey, I said you can't call cut." Right? 4 times the guy goes, "I said you can't call cut," and I go, "You were gonna call cut anyway because I didn't get it right."
Oh my gosh.
I was so nervous because all the people started gathering around,
Yeah.
watching us taping.
Right.
And I'm new to the business. To have all these people watching, it was just like, oh my God. But it was one of the most fun times of my life.
Was this for inside the NFL?
Yes, it was. Yeah. And that's when the football, when the NFL went on strike.
Yes.
And Bob Nelson and I, we were on, and we were talking about how we got, to be on the team. And he said, the reason why Bradley cannot, well, he didn't say Bradley is because he looks too much like Walter Payton. And I said, right? And back then, people told me I looked like Walter Payton, and then eventually it was Emmitt Smith.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the poster that you posted, whenever it went to the colleges,
Yes.
they were like, "Yo, we thought Emmitt Smith was coming to our college." I'm like, "Really? You thought I highlight as a comedian?" Okay,
Oh, that's great.
but it was fun though.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So all right. So let's talk about again the you directing a music video.
Yeah, I directed quite a few.
Yes.
I just did one recently just to get back into business. It was for Nadine Edwards. It was a song called Trust.
Uh-huh.
And we got together. We didn't schedule it like you normally would. In other words, a music video is usually done within 3 days.
Right.
To 7 days.
Yeah.
But we could only shoot on Sundays. And so it was like this Sunday, okay, we can't meet this Sunday, we'll meet next Sunday.
Right.
You know, and then we finally got it done. But my very first music video, I actually shot in Decatur, Illinois, and it was really weird because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue.
Which one was
But
that?
that was oh God, what's the name of it? Oh Lord, I can't think of the name of the video.
Was it
right
was it that rap song? Was it the rap song?
now. Yeah.
Is the rap song
What was
drop and pop or dropping something, dropping lift, or
No, no.
dropping
No.
shake and dropping.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't think of the name right now. Are you kidding me?
It was alright. I had fun watching it.
Wheezy, something, doing dance to Wheezy or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
But it was like drop down. I can't remember. But
Yeah, today they call it twerking.
yeah, that's what they call it now. Yeah, but the reason why I didn't know what I was doing was because we had all these guys that were there. They were a rap group also,
Oh,
and we were in a hotel room. No one suggested to make it look like it's a party in the room.
okay.
So I'm just videotaping the guys themselves.
It was a lot of
know,
it was a
and-
lot of being filmed outside with the cars.
Well, no. Outside with the cars, that was a different day.
Oh, okay.
That was
okay.
a whole different day. But
Right.
the one in the hotel,
Yeah.
like, see, you didn't see the guys. They were in the back of, the other guys that were singing down,
Right.
close. And after watching the video and watching after all these years, I'm like, why didn't I just say? Somebody pull some money out and go.
You know,
You
you
know.
live and you learn, Brad. But I have to tell you, the other video that you sent me of the I didn't jot down his name. The gentleman singing the love song with the girl, and then you're directing him. It's raining outside, and you're directing him, and she walks over to him, and he puts his
Yeah.
hand on her face. I have to tell you, I liked what I saw.
Yeah. Well, he didn't release it here in the States.
Yeah, I didn't think he did.
No, he released it over in England or something. Or
Yeah,
somewhere over there.
overseas. Yeah.
And so, but I don't think anyone here got to see the video at all.
Well, I liked what I liked it. I got a preview, people. Brad sent it
Yeah,
to me. I liked
yeah.
it. I liked it all. Hey, listen, we're gonna take my last commercial break. Don't go away, because when we come back, we're gonna be talking about the legendary James Brown. Don't go away.
Okay.
1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations. And we're back, and you're watching Tea Time, and I'm so excited to be with my friend Brad Lowry. He is a comedian, he's a writer, filmmaker, and director. I want to thank Mediterranean Grill, 1331 Mediterranean Grill, Linda DeVitis again, and Val's Crafty Creations. Look up everything she sells on Etsy. Okay, I had to get that in. So, yeah, Brad has been in this business for a very long time. He's a comedian, a writer, a filmmaker, director. He's worked with many famous people over the years and has done so much, and you've actually been nominated 4 times in a row, right? I have that down
Yes.
somewhere. You've been
For the
nominated.
college college, yeah, for colleges, yeah.
Yeah, nominated best comedian. And so, listen, I have this story. Tell me about you working with the legendary James Brown.
Let me tell you something. It was so funny because I worked with him in New Rochelle, New York.
Wow.
New York. And we were at like I think it was like a high school or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I got to see what I saw on the screen.
Right.
You know, of the guy, what's his name that played the Black Panther? He played James Brown.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
God, I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name right now.
It'll come. But anyway, I'm there. I watched him dock people's money because they didn't hit the tunes right. The notes right.
Wow.
And I'm
Wow.
That was real? This stuff was real.
Yes.
But here's the thing. James Brown, in the middle of his act, he just stops and walks off stage
What?
and tells his girlfriend to go out and sing. That's it. He just stops and goes off stage and comes over to talk to me and talk to his manager. It was so funny because he was like, hey, I like what you did out there. He says, I want you to go on the road with me.
What?
He's like that. I'm like, I would love to, right? And so he called his manager over. But before he called his manager, he says, how much money do you make a year? And I told him, I should have lied.
You should have lied. Always go high. Always go
All
high.
right, we're gonna double whatever you make. You're gonna double that, right? So he called his manager over and he said, "Listen, I want him on the road with us. I want him right here, double his pay." And you know how you look at someone and they look at you like, "You ain't got no money." Right? And then when I saw the James Brown story, he didn't have no money. I was like, so the guy gave me that look like, look. And he said, we're going to Europe right now. We already got our tickets and everything.
Right.
Once we come back, we'll contact you. Never heard of it. And I'm like, yeah, James ran out of money, I guess.
Oh,
And then
man.
I learned more about him on that movie, the James Brown movie.
Right.
But he played that character to the T.
Oh, he did.
But
Absolutely did.
It was just a pleasure to hear him say, I want you to go on the road with me.
Yeah. I mean, that's how much he loved you. And listen, getting accolades from anyone is so heartwarming. When anyone comes up to you after a show, you know how it is. But when someone like James Brown comes up to you and tells you something like that, that takes it to a whole other level.
Oh, tell me about it. That's the same thing with, from the Rosie O'Donnell show, Jeanette Barbie. That was her name. Barbara. Jeanette Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, she sent me such a beautiful message, a video message that was just, oh, I loved it, know? And I was like, thank you, just to become friends with her was fantastic.
Now, is there anyone that you haven't worked with that you'd love to work with?
Oh no, I don't want to say that. I can't say that on the air.
You can't say that you can't say who you've never worked with, who you'd want to work with?
Oh no! I thought you said who I didn't like working with.
No! I would never ask you that. No.
Oh,
I'm saying,
like,
is there anyone? If there's anyone that you've never worked with that you'd like to work with?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like to work with Eddie.
I met Richard Pryor, but he was really sick at the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to let him know that I lived almost 45 minutes away from where he was born.
Right. But it's nice that you even got that opportunity to meet him, Brad. I mean, I didn't have that opportunity. I actually did have Richard Pryor Jr. on my show.
Right.
And we talked about his dad and his book that he wrote and his life and how he's a survivor.
Right.
But it's just, it's nice when you have someone that you look up to and then you get to actually meet them, which is kind of like a dream come true.
But that's what I'm upset about, though, because I didn't get to meet Red Fox.
Yeah.
I didn't get to meet, I didn't get to meet Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
All these greats I wanted to meet. Della Reese, I never got to meet her.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And so right now, I do want to work with Tyler Perry, and I think it's going to happen.
Listen, you and me are going to Atlanta, and we're going to work with Tyler.
Well, I got to tell you what happened one day. When Tyler Perry first got on television, I got a call that night.
Yeah.
I got invited to the after party. but it was the wrong Bradley. How they got my number, I don't know. But they're like, Bradley, you gonna be at the party tonight? And I'm going, I want to be, but I'm afraid if I get on a plane and come there, I might not get in.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
They actually called the wrong Brad.
Wow.
And I'm going, and I actually sent her a text. I said, listen, the show on television, he's writing more like a play.
Yeah.
You know, television's a little different.
Yeah.
You know, but here's where some jokes could work. This could work.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm working with Tyler Perry one day. You know, and I actually what is it called? I'm not good with social media. What is it called? The tweet.
Twitter. I don't
Twitter.
tweet. Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I had actually sent Tyler Perry a message about what happened that day.
Really?
And that I would love to, you know, work with him one
Oh,
day.
sure.
Hopefully,
Yeah, you got to put it out into the universe, and then it'll
Oh,
come. It'll come to you. It will. It definitely will. Well, listen. When I first met you, I was telling you how I'm not only a comedian, but I'm an actor, and you said to me, "I want you in my movie," and I said, "Ooh, okay." And it's a horror film, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I just got a message a couple days ago from the guy. We had did a horror comedy.
Yes.
And we didn't put it out.
Okay.
So, you know, I went on the road and I had some issues or whatever, so we didn't finish it. We didn't complete it.
Yeah.
So we decided that we are going to complete it. You know, in other words, it was many years ago, so we're going to start the film out with him in prison. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the horror films that we're going to do.
Okay.
But there's another horror film that I'm writing. You know, and there's a woman by the name Athena. She calls her name Athena Garth.
Uh-huh.
And she's fantastic with makeup and all this other stuff. So you guys can go on Instagram, just put Athena Goth Goth
right.
in, and you'll see some of her work. But I'm looking forward to working with her.
That's exciting. Where's it gonna be filming? Are you filming in PA?
They're most likely shooting out here in PA.
Okay.
You know, and let me tell you something, it's a fun time. On my set, nothing but fun. Trust me. We have a great time. And I love bloopers. Oh my God.
Bloopers are the best.
Oh, I gotta tell you, when we did Lucy, there was this one guy, and I'm gonna tell you his name. His name was John Glick.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm putting it out there.
Uh-huh.
We decided we would make him the star because he was so good.
Right.
But then he tried to take over the film
Right.
and tell us how to shoot it.
Right.
And so we were like, okay, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we actually got him out of the movie without him even knowing it.
No divas on set. Well, it's called editing.
Yeah. Well, no, you just can't edit. You have to have some sort of storyline and take him out.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And
All right,
so
so
what we did.
yeah, go ahead.
No, so what we did was we just put him in the scene when he wasn't really in the scene.
Right.
In the dark and a flashlight because they were down in the basement. And he says, nighty night, and he hit him with the flashlight supposedly. And took him out, put him out in the yard somewhere, and hit him with a syringe, to make him forget what happened.
Right.
And that's how we got him out of the film.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to see. I'll post the clip on. I'll post the clip on Facebook.
Yeah. Speaking about Facebook, because we're gonna wrap up in a couple of minutes. How do people follow you? Know where you're performing? What you're doing? Are you on Insta?
Well,
you're on Insta and Facebook.
I'm on Instagram. Instagram is Bradley Lowry 1, and then Facebook is Brad.Lowry.16. And my website, I think just punch in Brad Lowry www. I haven't put anything on there lately because a lot of things are going on. So especially since COVID.
Yeah, I know. And you've been writing. You wrote some very funny new jokes during COVID, which I saw you perform.
Yes, with the help of Pat DeBerry. He's upstate New York. He's a comic.
Yes.
And just to give you an example, we did a joke. I had to redo this joke about me growing up and going to a Muslim meeting. And so it is really funny because. I was just coming from the store. My cousin said, "Go to this meeting with me, so you can learn about your blackness." And I get there, and it wasn't those kind of Muslims, that say I'm gonna kill myself and I'm gonna kill everybody in the room.
Right, right.
It was the one, with the bow tie.
Yes. Yeah.
And they say, you know what? Would you like a bean pie, my brother?
Right.
And so they greet each other very nicely. Assalamu alaikum, whatever. And I'm there. The speaker comes out and he says, first thing he mentions is how they eat. Do not eat the swine. I'm 12 years old. I didn't know what swine meant.
Right,
So I turned to my cousin. I go, what's swine? He said pork. And I went, bacon?
Bacon?
Yeah, right? He goes, yeah, you can't eat that. I'm like, I can't wait to get out of here, man. And so as I'm leaving, one of the gentlemen came up to me and he greets me. He says, Assalamu alaikum. And I thought I was saying the same thing, but apparently what came out was, I'm not going to stop eating bacon. But I mean, that was just a quick version of it. But it was just,
I know. Listen, we're out of time, Brad, and I want to tell you, I really appreciate you doing this for me. You could come back anytime you want. It goes so fast. Thank you. I appreciate you and everything you're doing out there. And, God puts people in your path for certain reasons, and I'm glad he put you in mine.
I'm glad you put you in mine also.
Yeah,
Thank
and we're
you
gonna
very
talk.
much.
We're gonna talk again soon. In the meantime, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for watching and listening. I want to say tune in next week when I have another guest. In the meantime, Brad Lowry, check him out. Comedian, writer, filmmaker, and director. All right, everyone, have a great night. Ciao.